So Season 3 has been announced for Tekken 8 now, after the Tekken World Tour Finals, which was insane. Well, I basically tuned in only for the top 8, but man, the amount of matches that were insane, especially the... I think it was the losers final between Lohai and Atif, was insane. It was pretty much a masterclass in Tekken gameplay. Yeah, it pretty much was. And man, it was an amazing tournament. But yeah, the announcement came before the top 8 happened, and yeah, I just basically want to talk about a certain couple of things, because I didn't really react to it when it was announced, but there's also a couple of things that I want to mention about it, which is a couple of things that are interesting about what they have said and what might be happening in the next season. And I am curious to see where things are going to be heading with this game, because season 2 really wasn't full of defensive updates, as a lot of people would have hoped that it would be. And apparently we're going back to basics, which is, I mean, it's already starting to become some sort of a meme in the Tekken community, or in the fighting game community, because it pretty much happened with Season 2, that they said that they're going to be focusing on adding more defensive stuff to the game, and instead they ended up cranking up things to 11, and it can happen with Season 3 as well, that you'd be hoping that we'd be getting better movement, better defensive tools. Maybe they'd also be nerfing heat, but yeah, certain things in this trailer don't really look promising for Season 3, but well, we'll see when Season 3 is going to be dropping relatively soon anyhow, so I mean, if they're really not going to be listening to the player base again, then I'm not going to lie, Tekken 8 might be in a rough position, at least from a competitive standpoint. As a casual game, I think it's going to be doing very fine. Maybe not as well as Tekken 7, but which is kind of insane to think about, because it has a lot more content than Tekken 7, but yeah, things might not be looking nearly as good in that case for this game. But anyhow, I sort of wanted to talk about a couple of things in this trailer. This was a good thing for them to show, which also basically confirms Anna Nurse, which, let's be honest, that was probably coming. Most people knew that was coming for, I mean, not really for a very long time, but we knew that probably once they mentioned that they are not going to be doing too big of a changes to the balance updates to Season 2, we knew that once Season 3 rolls around, then it's probably going to be getting nerfed. Also, yeah, apparently it seems that Asuka's down 1+2 seems to be pushing away characters a bit more now, so 4-2 is not guaranteed on that anymore. Pretty good things. Yeah, and these are some of the concerning things about the trailer, at least from a gameplay perspective, like, look at Reina. Yeah, you saw that, right? That is basically seeming to be a homing high from the step away stance. Out of which she can probably also get down forward 1+2 as a guaranteed heat engager as well, so yeah. Also, I am going to be reverting back a bit yet again. Look at Lee and look at Kazuya as well. You saw that, right? Lee basically gains off of... He can go into Hitman stance off of slide, and for Kazuya it seems that in heat we have a follow-up from 112 that also leads to a wall hit as well. So... yeah, these are kind of concerning things, to be honest. Which could be okay if they consume more heat than a couple of... how should I say? If they nerf heat, that certain heat moves use more heat than previously, then this could be maybe acceptable, but if it consumes like only 1/3 or 1/4 of the heat gauge, then this can be concerning. And this is basically also on top of the tools that they already have at disposal in heat, so oh, my bad. So I guess we're going back to basics? Which is why the meme is a thing right now, and it's a bit concerning, but well, we'll see relatively soon whether we're actually going back to the basics or we're cranking up things to 12 this time instead of 11. Yeah, the announcement for Tekken World Tour again.
Looks like we might have a brand new champion, and it's gonna be Newmont to close it out.
And the characters for the season. So basically what they... my bad, let me get a better shot. So basically what they did for this trailer is that you heard the soundtrack, right? For the specific characters, you get the soundtrack of the character select theme for the specific game that they debuted in. Which, in Kunimitsu's case, I mean, you can already see that it is Japan, and we knew that if it is Japan, and we kind of also knew that there's probably going to be at least one returning character from Tekken 7, most of us have guessed that it is probably Kunimitsu in that case, especially since the trailer for her Tekken 7 appearance was also somewhat similar in certain cases. And also, the way that I also knew about Kuni is that back in Tekken 7, when we had the trailer for her, I thought that we are going to be getting... oh, wait, it isn't here in that case. Here. I thought that with this showing up, there is a specific stage in Dead or Alive 5 that... happens inside one of these buildings, and that is why for some reason I thought that they are most probably going to be putting Ayane or Ryu Hayabusa in the game. And Tekken's finally going to be having its first crossover with DOA. And no, it actually was a brand new Kunimitsu that they came up with for Tekken 7. And this trailer gave me... similar, like, just from this shot alone, you already knew that it was Kunimitsu that's returning to the game. And also the Tekken 7 character select theme to go alongside it. As for the design, I don't know what to say really about the design. It's acceptable. It's a bit weird looking, to be honest. The red and the white seems to be kind of going against one another a bit. It's a bit strange.
Make some noise. We are about to get started with Tekken
8. And we all thought that that was going to be it. But instead they ended up announcing 2 more characters, so we almost know the entire season pass now, which I honestly feel that it is the better way to announce characters instead of announcing them separately later down the line. I never really was a fan of that method. I mean, should already know which character it is by from USA, from the Tekken 6 soundtrack, the Statue of Liberty, and the friggin' potentially AI burger. Mr. Speed and Weight himself.
8. And wait.
The fake out here is insane, and I only realized this later because they used the Tekken 5 character theme for the character from Australia, so they definitely baited people into thinking that Marduk's coming back to the game, but Marduk's first appearance was in Tekken 4. In that case, they would have used the Tekken 4 character theme, but instead they ended up using the Tekken 5 one, which was the first game where Roger Jr. debuted. Because in the first 2 games, it was in Tekken 2 where Roger the Dad debuted, and afterwards he only came back for Tekken Tag, and that was about it from my memory. Damn, I really have to replay the old games. I mean, I am making videos on them now, so that's gonna happen anyhow. But either way, Roger Jr. debuted in Tekken 5, so with them using Tekken 5 character slash theme instead of the 4th one, which was the first game Marduk appeared in, some of us should have guessed that it isn't Marduk coming back, but instead a different character from Australia. Or so we think, because it's a little bit more complicated than that.
Season 3. New character.